Hey guys, Tasman Hart here. Alright guys, the time has finally come. Welcome to my top 10 favorite movies of 2025. This is a list I've been I wanted to do for quite some time, and you know what? Here we go. Here we are right now, and this is my top 10 favorite movies of 2025. So, like I said on my last video for my top 5 worst movies of 2025, 2025 was an average year. It was a very mediocre year. I think we can all agree with that. While while even though it was a disappointing year, that doesn't mean there wasn't a whole lot of good movies, because there actually are. It's just that the year the movies that were great just didn't really save Hollywood for having its downfall for these years. So for it doesn't really help the years for being the downfall of Hollywood. So yeah, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about something positive. So here are my top 10 favorite movies of 2025. Now keep in mind, don't expect a couple of movies that are on this list. I have still yet to have to see. Excuse me. So just don't expect other films that are on this list. Like, I never seen Weapons. I never seen Marty Supreme or One Battle After Another or any films like that. Just don't expect these movies to be on the list. So yeah, I might see those. I don't know, but just don't expect these movies to be on the list. But with that said, we're gonna be talking about my top 10 favorite movies of 2025. And before that, I got 5 honorable mentions. And that is Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, the Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, Thunderbolts, Final Destination Bloodlines, and Predator Badlands. All really great films. They just didn't make my top 10. But without further ado, let's get into the top 10 list. Alright, I'm going to use my Galaxy tab. Just going to show you the pictures. Give me a minute. Alright. And before we're going to get a list, this will not take too long. But I promise I'm going to take its time. I'm going to take my time to discuss a little bit about what my thoughts on these movies. So I promise it won't be too long, but I promise it won't go too short. So you'll see. All right, here's my number 10. At my number 10 is all right. Number 10 is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Yeah, this is a very divisive film, and it may not be like one of the strongest in the franchise, because I really do wish it could have been a lot better. And I do prefer like the previous Mission Impossible films over this film, like especially with Fallout being one of the best in the franchise. But as the conclusion and the culmination to Ethan Hunt's saga, I think it's a very satisfying way to end the series. And with great action and a very solid story, I will say, but not anything greater as I expected. But it has great action, great characters, great acting, great cinematography. They did a lot of great things in this film, and they do. And while my only problem is that I do think this movie's too long, and they could cut it for like at least 5 minutes, and like this movie's 2 hours and 51 minutes. You could cut for at least like 5 minutes, and there are times the second act can be a bit slow. That kind of did let me down. With that said, I really do like this movie a lot. Tom Cruise is, he does an amazing job as Ethan Hunt, and the action scenes were fantastic. And then and even the final act of the film really was really great. Like especially that plane scene. Oh my god! And even the ending was really good. And boy, they actually nailed it. And while it is sad to see the series be done, but and I don't think it's quite as good as the previous ones. I do agree it was a step down. And also, I do like some of the callbacks they had with this film, with when they showed like paying homage and tribute to the previous Mission Impossible films. And but compared to the others, I don't think it's quite as good. But as a conclusion, I think it's a great way to conclude the series. So that's why it's my number 10. All right, my number 9. And speaking of divisive, hang on. All right, my number 9 is Avatar: Fire and Ash. Again, I do prefer the first two Avatar films, and I do think this is my least favorite out of the Avatar films because this movie's way too long. It did not need to be 3 hours and 50 minutes. It should have been like at least 3 hours at least. And I do agree that there are times the story can be a bit repetitive. With that said, I love this film. I had a great time with Avatar: Fire and Ash. Amazing special effects. Great characters, great acting, and amazing action sequences. Especially with the airship scenes and the climax, which is easily one of my favorite scenes of the film. How it got me at the edge of my seat throughout the film and throughout those scenes, and man, it really shows. The family dynamics were great, like including Jake Sully, Natiri, Spider, Loek, Kiri, and of course Tuck. Yeah, all really great, and they're all of them were great. And then Cortech and Varric, who are really great villains, and and even the production values were top notch. It just looks so good. The cinematography looks amazing, and I thought the ending, even despite people were very divided on the ending, I thought the ending was really darn good and a very satisfying way to end this first chapter of the Avatar saga. While I do agree that James Cameron needs to do something different, I will love to see Avatar 4 as long as it turns out to be really good, if not better than we expected. I don't know, I could be wrong, but we'll see. But at least he's doing something different with his next projects. He's gonna be doing something original after this. So, but yeah, I still love Fire and Ash. It's a movie I don't really. I don't think it's perfect, but it's a movie I do appreciate the more I watched it. The more I think about the movie. So yeah, that's why it's my number 9. And if you want to check out my review on it, it's on. I made a video on it. If you guys follow me on YouTube and Facebook, just check out my review out if you want to know my thoughts on the movie. All right, my number 8. My number 8. Yeah, this is my number 8. My number 8 is The Fantastic Four: First Steps. Out of all the Marvel movies that came out this year, this is actually, to me, my favorite Marvel movie this year. Yes, I like this movie more than Thunderbolts. Don't get me wrong, guys. I really do love Thunderbolts. I think it's an awesome movie. But I actually like this movie a lot more, if I had to be honest. Mainly because I love how comic accurate this movie looks. I love how it pays homage to like the 1960s, and the production and costumes look top notch, it's also about time we finally got a great Fantastic Four film we have been waiting for all these years, and you can ignore the bad ones. Now, even I actually thought the 2005 film was just okay. It wasn't good, but it was just. At least it was sometimes entertaining. But the rest, yeah, we don't talk about the 2015 film. But, Marvel saved the Fantastic Four, and they made a great movie out of it. And, man, they did a really great job. And, the cast is really great. Even despite Pedro Pascal, as a person. But I would say he was great as Mr. Fantastic, I'm not going to lie. The thing is awesome. Johnny Storm as Human Torch looks awesome. Of course, Sue Storm, who's great. This is the Invisible Woman, of course. Galactus is easily the scariest villain I've seen in the Marvel film. The way he's done in CGI looks awesome, and even Herbie, the little robot, he's pretty cool. Yeah, this movie actually felt like I was back in the 1960s when I first saw this movie in theaters, and man, what a great time I had for this movie, and yeah, and yeah, this is an awesome film. Like it's not now. I wouldn't really say it's the best Marvel film, but I will say out of all the movies that came out this year, this is actually my favorite. Like Captain America: Brave New World, I didn't like very much, and I do love Thunderbolts, but this is the one I actually do like a little bit more, just because how it pays how the way they executed this film and the way they do the writing, the action, the CGI effects, and the characters. It's just all great. Yeah, it's just a great movie. I wish my only fault is that I wish this movie is a little bit longer. Um, like this movie's close to 2 hours. It could have been like over 2 hours. Other than that, it's everything I wanted to see. It's just an awesome movie, and that's why it's my number 8. All right, my number 7. All right, there we go. All right, my number 7 is F1. F1. A really great, really entertaining racing movie. They did a really good job with this movie. It's not perfect. My only problem I will say about this movie is that it's a bit too long. This movie is like close. Is 2.5 hours. But with that said, this is an awesome movie. This is a great movie. You know, Joseph Kosinski, who directed Top Gun Maverick, which is one of my favorite movies of 2022, directed this movie, and he did a great job. I still prefer Top Gun Maverick over this, but that doesn't take away how much I really love this movie. It's Brad Pitt was fantastic. The rest of the actors, like Javier Bardem, was amazing, and the characters were great, and the writing was really good. The cinematography looks amazing, and the way they did with the racing scenes, it felt like it gives you an edge in my seat. And man, they were well done. Like, and yeah, and of course, and I heard, I'm glad it actually did well at the box office, and I heard they're going to make a sequel to this, which I don't know if it needed a sequel, but I would be curious about it. But yeah, F1 is just an awesome movie, and I don't usually watch race car shows all that much, but I do like go karts. I like seeing cool go karts. Like I rode a go kart before when I was at Fast Eddie's, and yeah, when I was at the arcade place, and yeah, that's really fun. And but yeah, this movie is just great. Yeah, I don't need to say any more about it, but yeah, this is my number 8. So yeah, my number 8. Oh, I'm sorry, not number 8. Number 7. This is my number 7. Is F1. So yeah, this is my number 7. All right, my number 6. Yep, my number 6. The Naked Gun. What an awesome time of the movies. Like what a hilarious movie this movie is. Like of course the original Naked Gun I do prefer. Like with I forgot the actor's name. But yeah, but the original actor that played the Naked Gun, I think they're classics. They're really a lot of fun. This new one was really awesome, and this is how you do a legacy sequel done right. And how Liam Neeson was great in this movie, and he plays the son of Frank. Let me look at the character's name. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Yeah, as Frank Durbin Jr. Yeah, he was the son of Durbin, who's the original spy in the original, and yeah, this, and of course he's played by the original actor was Leslie Nielsen. May him rest in peace. Yeah, yeah, he's this Liam Neeson's character was the son of the original character. Um, yeah, they did a great job with this movie. Of course, the acting was great. The writing was really good. It has some of the funniest jokes you can ever see. The comedy is just pure gold, and what they did with the satire is just really great. And it's just so funny, and they just like throw at you with his jokes, and boy, it's just the Naked Gun is just really entertaining. It's just and I'm really glad we're getting we might see a comeback of all spoof movies, because and yeah, the comeback of parody movies. So yeah, this movie is just really awesome, and yeah, that's why it's my number six. All right, we get to top five, guys. Top five. All right, my number five. Number five is Superman. Superman. Again, a very divided film. But it's people for you. I mean, but I think this movie's awesome. I think David Cornsweet was amazing Superman. I think he's a perfect Superman, as well as like the actress that plays Lois Lane was great, and of course Nicholas Hoult was amazing as Lex Luthor. Like, you really hated his character. But yeah, of course. Oh yeah, Rachel Ross and as Lois Lane. She was great, and yeah, all the actors were really great in this movie. Like Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and even Mr. Terrific, and even Crypto, who is really awesome in this. And yeah, this is a great movie, and definitely a wonderful way to start DC Universe from James Gunn. And James Gunn he directed the film. He did a really good job. And yeah, this is everything I want to see for this new Superman film. And just a fun, entertaining film. And that's all I asked for, and that's what I got. And this is with it has good writing, great action, a great cinematography, great direction, and yeah, in a really good screenplay. And yeah, this is just a really awesome movie, and how it ended was really great. It actually really made me feel hungry for DC Universe. Yeah, I won't spoil the movie if you haven't seen it, but and but the ending really did make me feel excited for DC Universe in the future. And believe it or not, this is my first review I did on YouTube when I started my YouTube channel. And yeah, and yeah, this is just an awesome movie. And yeah, I am looking forward to Supergirl next year, and we'll see. But I'm not as looking forward to it as much as I am for other films, but coming out in 2026. But you'll find out where I rank it. But yeah, but Superman, great start to DC Universe, and definitely an awesome film, and uh, and and does everything great about this movie. Well, most of the things great. Like, I would say that my only flaw is that there are scenes that is very overbloated in certain scenes that I kind of wish they would settle with for the things that are trying to set up a universe. But I'm happy for it. But yeah. But with that said, it's an excellent film. So that's why it's my number five. All right, my number four. All right, okay, my number four is an animated film. And yeah, number four, Zootopia 2. What a fun, charming, highly entertaining sequel this movie is. And while I do prefer the first Zootopia movie, just a lot more, a little bit more than this. Zootopia 2 was just everything I want to see for a Zootopia sequel. And after all the disappointments that Disney Animation had went through, like, with Strange World, Wish, and Moana 2, they finally got back for making just a great movie and easily like their best sequel they ever did, and even better than any other sequels that came out before this. And it has a great writing, amazing animation, beautiful animation, and great characters like Nick Wilde, Judy Hopps, and Gary the Snake were a lot of fun to watch. The comedy is just so funny, and how they did with all the messages about like the reptiles is just really really interesting and really great. And it's like it does a lot of smart things. It's a very clever movie. Like and it actually was I think a lot of kids and families will definitely appreciate this film, and I think they'll love this movie a lot more. And yeah, and of course it made over $1 billion, and I'm happy it did great, because yeah, after seeing this movie, this is an excellent sequel and a great movie for the entire family. And that's what family movies should be: great movies for the entire families. And yeah, and that ending really, I won't spoil the movie if you haven't seen it, but that ending really did make me feel hungry for Zootopia 3. And yeah, so yeah, bring on Zootopia 3. So yeah, my number 2, number 2. My number 4 is Zootopia 3. I'm sorry, I'm trying to speak up, guys, but let me just try one more time. My number 4 is Zootopia 2. Alright. Okay, we get to top 3. Okay, 3, 2, and 1 are like the only 3 movies I give it a perfect 10 out of 10s. Alright. Hang on, guys. Okay, there we go. Alright, my number 3, Frankenstein. Directed by Guillermo del Toro. It's a Netflix movie, and this movie was really fantastic. Del Toro's direction was amazing. The story was great, and how they did with the different changes for the Frankenstein story is just absolutely wonderful and highly well done. And Oscar Isaac was great and amazing as Victor Frankenstein, and a lot of the actors, which I can't remember their names. I'm sorry about that, but all the actors just do an amazing job, especially the actor who plays Frankenstein and the rest of the characters. And yeah, production values and costume designs were absolutely amazing. And yeah, and some of the tension is very suspense, and the drama is wow, like what a movie. And it is a different Frankenstein movie. It's not like one of the Frankenstein movies that you've seen like in the 1930s black and white movies from Universal. But you know what? Hey, it didn't need to be, because sometimes it's best to do something different. And what they did with this movie, they did something different, and it was great. And it was absolutely amazing, absolutely incredible. And yeah, it's not my favorite movie of the year, because I have 2 films I think I have a lot more I have a lot more connection with. But Frankenstein is my number 3. It's just amazing, and Del Toro, great job. All right, top 2 and 1. Okay, number 2 and number 1 are like my favorite movies of the year. Okay, give me a minute, guys. All right, there we go. Okay, my number 2. I watched this movie last month in December. And this is a movie, and of course this is an animated film. Now, as much as I love Zootopia 2, this is an animated film that came out this summer, and it has been gaining so popular. Insanely popular. It's getting so much praise. People have been in a good mood to talk about it. They've been excited. They go gaga of it, and man, they just love listening to songs about this. And because all the popular with all the popular things that this movie has been going on right now, and knowing the movie has been out recently, that people are talking about it, man, you guys made me want to watch this movie, and man, this movie was just remarkable. Number 2, K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah, this movie is just amazing. Like, and this is from the same artist that did Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and what they did with film, they did an amazing job. Yeah, this movie. Now, I'm not a K-pop lover. I do like some good K-pop songs, but I wouldn't really call myself like a K-pop fan. I mean, I do like some really great pop music. So, I mean, I listen to pop music a lot of times, but I'm not really too big and super big into K-pop, to be honest with you guys. However, watching this movie and judging it its own movie and how they did that was perfection. It was just amazing. It's got great story, beautiful animation, amazing action sequences, and great characters. Like, especially the 3 main female leads characters were just really entertaining to watch, and the songs were amazing. Like, especially with Soda Pop, it's just one of my favorite songs in the movie. And and how they did a lot of dark moments in this movie. It's just wow. Like, yeah, this is actually a lot more mature than any other like Disney films, that like fairy tale films, but this is a lot more different than that. This is actually a more of a love letter. This is more like a more modern fantasy film with the mixed with with the music community, and mixed with music community mixed with superheroes, like comic book genre and anime, and anime, and how they did it when they mix together is just it fits. It really fits. And yeah, this movie is just amazing, and it was also a great love letter to the music fans. And yeah, this movie actually was just excellent, just very excellent. I got no problems with this movie whatsoever. My only nitpick is that it could have been a bit longer, but other than that, I'm happy for the way I watched it, and I'm happy the way it runs this movie. And yeah, this movie was just absolutely wonderful, and yeah, and how it ended really did make me a lot more excited for K-pop Demon Hunters too. Yeah. Now, when it comes to artists, I do prefer, when it comes to these types of Spider-Verse animation styles, I prefer the Spider-Verse movies over this film. But that doesn't take away how much I really love this film. It's just amazing. So yeah, my number 2, K-pop Demon Hunters. Alright, my number 1 best movie of the year. I didn't see, now, my number 1 best movie of the year. My number 1 favorite movie of the year. I didn't see this in theaters, but you know what? That's okay. I watched it at home. Man, this movie was just remarkable. And yeah. Number 1, Sinners. Wow, this movie. What a movie. Sinners is just amazing. Like, yeah, Ryan Coogler, the way he directed this film is just top notch. I mean, this movie was just an absolute remarkable achievement of filmmaking and taking genres and put all mixed together, and it just fits. And yeah, this movie is just perfection. Like, Michael B. Jordan, that plays the 2 leads, Smoke and Stack, like the brothers, amazing. Like, he is amazing in the film, and the rest of the cast in this film do a phenomenal job. Like, and especially the horror elements were just, oh my gosh, it was just, it was like, it gives me a lot more tension. It gives you an edge of your seat, and the way you did with the music in the film is just amazing. Like, yeah, and this movie, like, this movie has some of the best looking films, one of the best cinematographies I've ever seen put the film this all year. Excuse me. And yeah, this Sinners is just remarkable, and I think this is like a lot of people's number 1. And you know what? I can see why, and I'm putting this in number one because this movie was just amazing, and this is easily Ryan Coogler's best film. And as much as I love how he directed Creed and Black Panther, I actually like this movie a lot more. And yeah, this, you know, the, you know, with great story, great characters, um, amazing direction by Ryan Coogler, and and how the production values and costume design were absolute top notch, and especially how it sets in the period times, amazing. And they really should make movies like this. And yeah, Sinners is just Sinners is perfection. It's a masterpiece. Yeah, and like I would have put like other films, like I would have put Frankenstein and even K-pop Demon Hunters on my number one, but I had to put Sinners because Sinners is just an amazing, perfect movie that it's got no I got no problems with the movie whatsoever. It's just my number one, and that is why Sinners is my number one favorite movie of 2025. All right, guys, that is my top 10 favorite movies of 2025. So I hope you guys enjoy my video of and I hope you guys enjoy my video and my list for what are my favorite movies of that year. And honestly, I'm kind of glad the year's over. And while I really hope 2026 will be at least a decent year, but maybe not like the best year, but I'm just hoping it could be at least decent. Let's hope, because I can see a lot of movies that come out that actually does look promising. So yeah, but that's all I got for right now, guys. Um, of course, coming tomorrow, look forward to my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2026. So yeah, and I'm this is the one list I'm very excited for, and I'm really ready to do it. And if you guys are excited for it, just let me know in the comments down below. Hit like if you like this video. So yeah, look forward to that if you can, guys. Look forward to the anticipated list for tomorrow. That's all I got. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys later.